Okay, so certain things where uh, like this women studies, which is a main subject at various centers, various educational institutions later. Okay, so which is women studies is the study of women and gender in every field, and its basic premise is that traditional education is based on a study of men, usually upper class and educated men, while other groups of men, all different groups of women are earnestly subsumed under the category a mankind. Okay, so early on courses, especially on history, literature, and sociology, but they quickly expand to the other humanities like philosophy, religious studies, comparative literature, and other social sciences like anthropology, political science, economics, psychology, geography. Okay, so here where these are certain subjects where the concept of women studies has started very recently, basically recently in the sense in the contemporary Indian concept. Okay, so when you are see over the years, the term itself and naming of the enterprise have been contested and changing. Okay, so we already discussed earlier, and I will again repeat the things, and then I'll move to uh, other things, the purpose of this women studies. Okay, so the first name female studies, but the women studies quickly found more adherent, and the name women studies has been criticized for its apostrophe, because the study of are by the women. Okay, so for its assumption that all women can study together, and for its hegemonic narrowness that does not take into account transgendered or the lesbian identities. Okay, so some programs have changed their names to gender studies, and women and gender studies, or the feminist studies, and of course in the exporting of women studies around the world, various languages are unable to translate gender or women studies in a satisfactory way. Okay, so it is safe to say, however, that all permutations share some commonalities, that women matter, and that their own assessment of their experiences is the starting point for the description and analysis that the history of women's subordination is differently experienced but commonly shared, that the elimination of that subordination is a common goal, and the concept of gender as a social construction that reflects and determines differences in power and opportunity is employs as a primary analytic category. When you see the origin of women studies as a concept and a site of learning really began with the second wave of the women's movement in the late 1960s. But generations of the work and information gathering preceded the time, particularly in the 19th century, which is for writing stories of various great women, gathering them in a collection of women worthies. Okay, so a later, more democratic strain of the study of the women was begun for the historian Mary Beard, who in her 1946, in his volume "Women as a Force in History," took a different tack. Okay, so in if one looks at a long history, one finds not great women only, but everyday women, not women as a victims, but women who influenced their world, women who had agency, even within the confines of a limited sphere, within the private realm. Okay, so when you see the various other works where this women studies stressed the importance of women studies, which is stressed more with the text like the second sex, by and the problem that has no name, and the feminine mystic, and other important studies which gives much importance of this women studies in the world society. And all these studies which took a combination of the civil rights movement and given rise to a civil rights movement, and a new left, the peace movement, the protests against the war, particularly in the Vietnam, and the various open university movements in the 1960s to help the women and organize themselves into a women liberation movement. And many more women were attending colleges in universities, and many women are participating in the radical youth movement in the 1960s, and many women students and faculty were leaders in the civil rights and anti-war movements. Okay, so it was thus almost inevitable that women would begin to question their role in their movements if they always had to make the coffee, do the typing, and be available as a certain objects. Okay, so likewise, there are certain important movements which started in the world, various countries. Okay, so and there were hundreds of women studies courses offered at various colleges and universities in the world nations. Okay, particularly in the United States in the late 1960s and the 70s, and the formal women studies programs were launched, and first at San Diego State University in California, and then at Cornell University in New York. Okay, so after that, the women studies started as a important program, as a part and parcel of these feminine studies. Okay, so when you see certain other things, why this is any difference between the study of women is different between the feminism, or how this feminism is related to the human studies, just I will give you. Okay, so both are the feminism is important concept started within part and parcel of the women studies basically, right? So feminism, the belief in social, economic, and political equality of the sex. Okay, so because the feminism which supports this equality of the gender. Okay, so sex here in the sense the male or female, right? So it is nothing but a gender. It's totally disagrees the gender bias. Okay, so the feminism which strongly supports the study of the woman basically. Okay, so here which shows a social, economic, and political equality of a gender. Although largely originating in the West, feminism is manifested worldwide and is represented by various institutions committed to activity on behalf of women's rights and interests. Okay, so throughout most of the Western history, when you see the Western history or the European history, basically, women were confined to the domestic sphere, while the public life was reserved for men. And in medieval Europe, women were denied the right to own uh, property. It means what? They denied for property right to the women, and to study, to participate in public life, etc. At the end of the 90th century in France, they were all still compelled to cover their heads in public, and in parts of Germany, as a husband still had the right to sell the wife. Okay, so such evil practices you find in the Western countries also. Okay, so when you see in the Central Asian countries, these are not different with these European country style, because in the traditional societies of these East Asian countries and Central Asian countries, you find certain social evils like a parada system, and basically sati, and also child marriages, and regret of widow remarriages, and you also find this in this contemporary uh, the Telugu society also you find like making of jogins and matangi, like such a social evils you find still, right? So because these you cannot find such social evils in the context of the men, in the context of the male. Okay, see, it is only confined to the female, right? So here, uh, even the late as earlier 20th century, women could neither vote nor hold elective office in Europe, and in most of the United States, uh, in the most of the countries of American continent also. Okay, so where the several territories and states granted women suffrage long before the federal government in the America. Okay, so USA, women were prevented from conducting business without a male representative, be it father, brother, husband, legal agent, or even a son. Okay, so married women could not exercise control over their own children without the permission of their husbands. Okay, so moreover, women had little or no access to education and were barred from the most professions. Okay, so in some parts of the world, such restrictions on women continue till the today. Okay, so feminism is a range of social movements, political movements, and ideology that aim to define, establish, and achieve the political, economic, and personal and social equality of the gender. Okay, so here the feminism is the main concept which strongly support women studies. Okay, so that's what we are going certain deep certain details regarding the feminism. Okay, so here feminism incorporates the position that societies prioritize the male point of view, and that women are treated unfairly within those societies. Efforts to change that include fighting gender stereotypes and seeking to establish educational and professional opportunities for women that are equal to those for the men. Okay, so for this, you also find certain feminist movements basically in the English literature, basically. Okay, so in the field of literature, this feminist movement you find in the Western countries and later spread to the all world nations. Okay, so here the feminist movements. Okay, so after this introduction over the feminism, feminist, I will I will move to the historiography. Okay, historiography of women studies, and then we'll move to the recent trends which taken place in the women studies, and later we'll go for the various approaches towards the women studies. Okay, so first of all, let me complete this things about the feminism. Okay, so feminist movements have campaigned continue to campaign for women rights, including the right to vote, to hold public office, and to work to earn fair wages, equal pay, and eliminate the gender pay gap, to own property, individual property, to receive education, to enter contracts, to have equal rights within marriage system, and to have maternity leave likewise. Okay, so feminists have also worked to ensure access to legal abortions and social integration, and to protect women and girls from rape and sexual harassments and domestic violence. Okay, so these are the main reasons why the feminist movement has started, and the main writings which lead to the writings of the works of this feminist leads to the establishment of women studies at various levels. Okay, so and some scholars consider feminist campaigns to be a main force behind major historical societal change for women rights, particularly in the West, where they are near universally credit with the achieving women's suffrage, right to vote for women, gender neutral language, reproductive rights for women, and right to enter in contracts and own property. Okay, so although feminist advocacy is has been mainly focused on the women rights, some feminists, including argue for the inclusion of men's liberation within its aims, because they believe that men are also harmed by traditional gender roles. Okay, so the feminist theory, which emerged from the feminist movements, aims to understand the nature of gender inequality by examining women's social roles and lived experience. It has developed theories in a variety of discipline in order to respond to issue concerning gender. Okay, so numerous feminist movements and ideologies have developed over the years and represent different viewpoints and aims. And some forms of feminism have been criticized for the taking into account only white, middle, and college educated perspectives. This criticism led to the creation of ethnically specific or multicultural forms of feminism, including black feminism and intersectional feminism also emerged. Okay, so likewise, uh, certain feminist movements has emerged in the world countries, and first of all, I will give you where the term the feminism has started. So the feminist theories first emerged in the early as 1794 in publications such as Vindication of Rights of a Woman by Mary Wollstonecraft. Okay, so the changing of women isn't I a woman, speech after arrest for illegal voting, and so on. Okay, so the changing woman is a Navajo myth that gave credit to women who, in the end, populated the world. Okay, so likewise, such important writings which mobilized the concept of feminism, which started in 1794 onwards. Okay, so in and after that, there are various women or various feminists who spread and developed the concept of the feminism, like Nancy Cott makes a distinction between modern feminism and its antecedents, particularly the struggle for suffrage. Suffrage in the sense the struggle for the right to vote. Okay. So we betterly called as the adult suffrage. Okay. So and Susan Kingsley Kent, also the another feminist who developed this concept basically. Okay, so um, after various the resurgence of feminist activism in the late 1960s was accompanied by an emerging literature of concern for the earth and spirituality and environmentalism. Okay, so this in turn created an atmosphere conducive to regulating the study of and debate on matter centrity. Okay, so as a rejection of determinism, right? So after that, this concept. The concept of feminism or feminist has started, and which make a large feminist movement in the world countries, and the same thing also entered in India. Many important feminist philosophers, women philosophers, they gradually supported the concept of the feminism. Okay, so later the feminism becomes another way of looking at what those disciplines have always looked at, another way of doing what they have always done, and but always only one of its several perspectives that the discipline acknowledge the at least tolerates, okay, if embraces. Okay, likewise this concept of feminism has started in the part and parcel of the uh, women studies. Okay, so this is about uh, where the feminism, the movement has started in the world countries. First of all, the wave of feminism in United States began with Seneca Falls Convention, the first women rights convention held in the Wesleyan Chapel in Seneca Falls, New York on July 19th and 20th of 1848. Okay, so this convention was inspired by the fact that in the 1840, when the Elizabeth Cady Stanton met Lucretia Mott at the World Anti-Slavery Convention in London, the conference held at the London. Okay, so likewise, which is a movement which is started from the USA and other, which is entered in other European countries like UK and German, France likewise. Okay, so and which is became a spark in between 1870 and 75. Several women who part of this feminist movement. Okay, so and the second wave feminism has started again in the USA in the 1960s. Okay, so throughout most of the 60s and ending in 1970, second wave feminism commonly followed the motto, the personal is the political. Okay, so various in 1963, Betty Friedan, influenced the second gender, wrote the best-selling book Feminine Mystic, in which the she explicitly object the mainstream media image of women, stating that placing of women at home limited their possibilities and wasted talent and potential. Okay, so this is the second wave which started in 1960s, in between 1960s and 70s, and which became a part and parcel of this world, women studies, and later the same wave which is influenced the women women philosophers, better to be called as the feminists in the Indian society. And in India, the feminist movement, due to the feminist movement, the women studies, which became a important subject at various institutions in India, basically. Okay, so this is certain things about the concept note on the world, women studies. And tomorrow, in the next class, we'll see about various historiographies and what are the recent trends taken place in the women studies. Okay, so dear students, are you hearing? వినిపిస్తుందా? శ్రీ విద్య వెంకటం.
Yes, sir.
ఓకే, సో ఇవి మనం ఉమెన్ స్టడీకి సంబంధించినటువంటి ఇంట్రడక్షన్లో భాగంగా చెప్పుకున్నటువంటి అంశాలు. సో ఇక నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్లో, అంటే మీకు ఆల్రెడీ తెలుసు, ఏదైతే ఫిఫ్త్ పేపర్ లో ఉమెన్ స్టడీస్ ఇన్ మోడర్న్ ఇండియా అనేటటువంటి ఒక పేపర్ మీకు ఉన్నది. సో అందులో భాగంగానే ఆ ఫస్ట్ మాడ్యూల్కి సంబంధించినటువంటి అంశాలు మనం మాట్లాడుకున్నాం. సో అందులో భాగంగానే ఉమెన్ స్టడీస్కి సంబంధించినటువంటి ఒక ఇంట్రడక్షన్, ఒక జనరల్ కొన్ని డీటెయిల్స్ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో, అంటే జనరల్ ఇంట్రడక్షన్లో భాగంగా మనం ఇవన్నీ మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నాం. సో ఇందులో భాగంగానే రేపు నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్లో చూద్దాం, ఏదైతే హిస్టోరియోగ్రఫీ వేరియస్ అప్రోచెస్ ఎలా ఉన్నాయి ఈ ఉమెన్ స్టడీస్ సంబంధించి, ముఖ్యంగా ఈ ఫెమినిస్ట్ ఐడియాలజీకి సంబంధించినటువంటి అంశాలు ఎలాగున్నాయి. అట్లనే ఏదైతే ఈ ఫెమినిజం అనేటటువంటిది, అంటే ఒక మెయిన్ కాన్సెప్ట్గా ఉమెన్ స్టడీస్లో మనం మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నాం, ఇది మోడ్రన్ సొసైటీలో ఒక పార్ట్ అండ్ పార్సల్గా మారిపోయింది. కానీ దీనికి సంబంధించినటువంటి అంశాలు ఇంతకుముందు ఎలా ఉన్నాయి, అంటే ఇది మనం మోడ్రన్ ఇండియాలో సంబంధించినటువంటి అంశాలే మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నాం. అట్లనే ఆ కాంటెంపరీ సొసైటీలో దీని డెవలప్మెంట్ ఎలా జరిగింది అనేటటువంటిది ఈరోజు మనం చెప్పుకున్నాం. అట్లనే ఆ ఫెమినిజం అనేటటువంటి కాన్సెప్ట్ లేనటువంటి పరిస్థితుల్లో ఏదైతే ఈ భారతదేశ సమాజంలో మహిళలు వాళ్ళు సాధించినటువంటి విషయాలు, వాళ్ళు ఏ విధమైనటువంటి పోరాటాలు చేశారు, అవి కూడా మనం తెలుసుకుంటాం. మీకు తెలుసు, ఏదైతే మోడర్న్ హిస్టరీలో మనం మాట్లాడుకున్నట్టు, ముఖ్యంగా బ్రిటిష్ ఇండియాలో ఉమెన్కి సంబంధించినటువంటి అవేర్నెస్లో భాగంగా రకరకాలైనటువంటి ఉమెన్ రిఫార్మర్స్, వాళ్ళు ఉమెన్ స్టడీకి సంబంధించి, ఓకే, సో ఎడ్యుకేషన్ అమాంగ్ ద ఉమెన్కి సంబంధించి, అట్లనే వాళ్ళ ఇబ్బందికరంగా, అంటే ఉమెన్కి ఇబ్బందికరంగా ఉన్నటువంటి కొన్ని సోషల్ లెవెల్స్ని, వాటిని ఎరాడికేట్ చేసేటటువంటి అంశంలో భాగంగా రకరకాలైనటువంటి ఉమెన్ రిఫార్మర్స్ కాంట్రిబ్యూషన్ ఎంతో గొప్పగా మనకు కనిపించింది. సో దానికి సంబంధించినటువంటి అంశాలు కూడా మనం మాట్లాడుకున్నాం. మీకు తెలుసు, ఏదైతే సావిత్రిబాయి పూలే, అట్లనే పండిత రమాబాయి, అట్లనే దుర్గాబాయి దేశ్ముఖ్ లాంటి కొంతమంది ఉమెన్ ఫిలాసఫర్స్ లేదా ఫెమినిస్ట్ ఫిలాసఫర్స్గా మనం చెప్పుకున్నట్లయితే, సో అట్లనే ఉమెన్ రిఫార్మర్స్గా మనం చెప్పుకున్నట్లయితే, వాళ్ళకి సంబంధించినటువంటి కాంట్రిబ్యూషన్ కూడా మనం నెక్స్ట్ మాడ్యూల్స్లో మనం మాట్లాడుకుంటాం. ఓకే, సో ఇది ఈరోజు ఏదైతే ఏ కాన్సెప్ట్ నోట్ ఆన్ ఉమెన్ స్టడీస్ సంబంధించినటువంటి అంశాలు, ముఖ్యంగా ఏదైతే ఆ ఫెమినిజం ఎలా డెవలప్ అయింది ఉమెన్ స్టడీస్లో భాగంగా అనేటటువంటి అంశాలు మనం ఈరోజు చూసినాం. ఓకే, సో దీనికి సంబంధించి ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే మీరు అడగవచ్చు. శ్రీ విద్య అండ్ వెంకటమ్మ, ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా? ఓకే, రైట్. Ending my class now. Thank you.